What is genetic engineering? Genetic engineering is the process of manually adding new DNA to an organism. The goal is to add one or more new traits that are not already found in that organism. Here are the different steps one goes through to genetically modify an organism. Step 1. The desired gene can be removed from the DNA of the donor organism using enzymes called restriction endonucleases. The second step is to prepare a vector molecule to carry the DNA into the host cell, often a bacterium. These replicate quickly and independently of the main bacterial genome and can therefore amplify the number of copies of the gene. The third step is to join the new gene into the bacterial plasmid. The sticky ends are lined up and the gene is attached, which one joins the pieces of DNA together. The final step is to incorporate the engineered DNA into the bacterium or other cell where it is required. This is known as transformation and is usually achieved by suddenly heating up the bacteria. Once the plasmid is inside, the host bacterium will be expressed and a new protein will be made. Genetic engineering can be used in more ways than one. One of the most controversial uses of genetic engineering is cloning. Cloning is producing a genetically identical copy of an organism. Genetic engineering can also be used for trees to grow faster, bigger, long-lasting tomatoes, make salmon grow twice the size they usually grow without being engineered, and even make food healthier. As some of these examples show, genetic engineering can be controversial science, but it may also serve many useful purposes.
Now that you know what genetic engineering is, here are some pros for it. Genetic modifications have been a controversy for some time. However, if done correctly, it could prove to be very beneficial to humans. It could greatly improve the way we live our lives in a positive manner because it could be used to cure diseases, increase our lifespans, and we already genetically modify our food. By using gene therapy, you can modify cells that cause cancer and improve insulin secretion for diabetics. Gene therapy has been used since the 1950s and has proven successful in most cases when the issue was discovered early enough. According to American Medical Association, gene therapy is used to destroy cancer and change them back to normal cells. This could greatly improve our health and our lifespan by altering our genes to be able to handle diseases quickly and efficiently. Genetically modified organisms, or GMO, are similar to the gene modifications in humans. It is used today to modify the genes in plants and make them bigger and add more colors and textures to them. It is even used in the fertilizer for the plants we eat, as well as flowers and other plants. This practice is called selective breeding, and it is a common use in vegetables and fruits. Overall, genetic modifications can be very positive for humans and help improve our lifestyles and overall health. Our lifespans could possibly be longer, which could possibly be to our advantage. Our food could be modified and be healthier for us if it is done correctly.
Now I'm gonna talk about the negative of genetic engineering. Although there are many positive effects that come from genetic engineering, there are also many negative side effects for any type of technology that offers various benefits. There will most likely be risks coming for this as well. For example, genetically engineering crop have a possibility of causing environmental problems that result from the engineering twist. This can ultimately result in a crop become toxic to wildlife. Although this is a threatening to our wildlife, there are other factors of genetic engineering that are more dangerous. The phenomenon of pesticide resistance is by far the most damaging impact of genetic engineering in today's agriculture. Because of this, there are millions of acres of the United States farmland that are currently infested by weeds that have become resistant to herbicide glyphosate. This is causing farmers to turn back to different and more toxic herbicides.
What are the pros of genetic cloning? Now that you have learned what genetic cloning is and why it is important, I will give you a few positives of genetic cloning. First is reproductive cloning. This form of cloning is probably the most often heard of and talked about. An infertile couple can have a child genetically related to them without needing a sperm or egg donor. This brings hope to couples who want to have children but are unable to. Another positive of cloning is to replace failing organs. A type of cloning called therapeutic cloning is used to replace failing organs by taking DNA out of one person's cells, putting them into an egg, and then harvesting the cells to make a new organ. Although this would take a lot of research and time, it could be possible in the future. This will shorten the waiting list for organ donations and allow more people to have their lives saved. Third, defective genes could be removed and replaced with healthy human cells. This could eliminate diseases such as Down syndrome and cystic fibrosis. Cloning healthy genes could eventually help families wipe out these diseases from their DNA lines. Lastly, I believe everyone would agree if we could cure all of the ugly diseases that are to blame for loved ones dying too soon, we would in a heartbeat. Cloning could perhaps cure genetic diseases and allow those we love to be in our lives for a longer amount of time.
The negative things of a cloning. There's three negative things of a cloning. First of all, it's against the three religions. All heavenly religions believe that is against what God said. The second of all, there's many medical mistakes because of a cloning. Some children that have created by cloning has abnormality because some mistakes happened with their chromosomes. And some studies say that 99% of genetics fall and 1% will do the job. So the percent of death will increase. The third thing of the negative, there is no fathers for the girls that have been cloned because they take the chromosomes from female and put an empty egg. Then they put it in a woman womb, and that is against the nature.